Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is August 11th, 2025, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Apple stock spikes to above its 200-day moving average. But first, no major economic events scheduled for today, but as the week unfolds, we'll have lots of really important economic events scheduled. So now, looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the British pound continues to retrace versus the US dollar. US dollar getting stronger versus the British pound specifically. Now looking at the indices, the Dow Jones really unchanged. However, when we look to the NASDAQ, it's just off of its highs, while the JSE, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, on its record highs. Now looking at commodities, we're watching gold and crude oil continue to slide lower. And looking at the stocks, they're really mixed. As Apple got stronger, not everything got stronger. Some things actually sold off. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin back on its highs, and that bounce continues. So let's take a look at markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the GBP USD. Now it is capitulating at this moving average, the 30-day moving average. So that's super important. And you see that the strides are getting smaller, okay, at least in the past 2 days. But it's still getting weaker versus the US dollar. And if we jump into the Turkish lira, it's another day, another Monday, and it's another low. And Turkish lira actually hitting 40, which is pretty significant, okay? It's gone from 18 to 40 in almost 2 years. So unbelievable how it's devalued over the past 2 years. Now, jumping into commodities, we'll start with gold. It did shift lower after hitting its resistance area. Now, it's an arbitrary resistance area, really. I mean, it's not close to 34.17, but it will guess it was ridden itself out, okay, as it's getting choppy in this area. Now, looking at crude oil, continues to slide to $63 a barrel, which is good news, okay? It means that the price of oil is actually lower, but you could see we're in a choppy market. I mean, we're looking at a weekly chart that surely is a choppy market. Now, jumping into the US markets, Dow Jones unchanged, on vacation, pretty much, okay? But if we look at the NASDAQ, just shifting a little bit lower after hitting its resistance-ish area. Now, looking at the big stocks, Apple, look at that massive move on daily. If we look at a weekly, it just plowed right through those two moving averages. Now, I don't want to celebrate it too early. I want to see what happens next, okay? Because this is really very important to see what happens next. It's how, you know, it's great that we have these knee-jerk reactions, but you want to see that it's solidified. And the only way that you see it solidified is that if it continues moving upwards. So looking at JP Morgan, though, didn't do much, okay? Didn't sell off much. Bank of America did get a little bit of a shift higher. Microsoft unchanged. Markets are really kind of like low volumed right now as it is summer. Looking at NVIDIA, it's on its highs here at 180. Okay, so that's exciting there as that got much stronger. Now looking at Bitcoin, look at this. It's back on its highs at 121,492. It's a little bit higher this morning. Okay, but it is at its highs and might break out. And if it does break out, you want to be in it to win it. So just be aware of it. Okay, this is first to be aware of it. And there are some players here. Okay, you can see that the volume does increase here around this area, so we might get a push higher. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.
My advice, this is the best time to trade.